So do you have a touchy back and think that deadlifts aren't for you? I really need you to rethink that, because they are. And the thing to know about that is deadlifts are the second most natural movement your body does, right? So to not deadlift in the gym when your body does it out in nature is not an option. We have to deadlift for a couple of great reasons. The first reason is because there is no one movement that will strengthen your full body like a deadlift will. And the second one is hormonal activation, right? Nothing activates the good hormones in your body and offsets the bad hormones like deadlifting does. So we gotta deadlift. It's not an option not to. But let me give you some hints on how you might deadlift that will save your low back if you have a touchy back in the first place. Now, my first suggestion is lower the weight. We all think that deadlifting has to be this massive, powerful thing, and for some people it is, but for the rest of us lowly humans, lowering the weight is the best thing you can do. Just remember, motion is lotion. Move your body. Moving the body heals the body in all the best ways, and all the best doctors and chiropractors will tell you that. So just lighten the weight and groove that motion. Motion is lotion. Look, we get crazy about lifting the heavy things, but out in real life, you hardly ever pick really heavy things up. This is pretty light. This is 95 pounds. Pretty well within my wheelhouse, but it's still 95 pounds. When was the last time you picked 95 pounds up, right? Here's the second most important thing you can do. Go ahead and ditch those shoes, right? When you ditch those shoes, remember all of the nerves in the bottom of your feet, they give you your body its proprioception. What's proprioception? That's when your body knows where it is in time and space. And all of the nerves that tell your body where you're at, most of them are in your foot. So if you really want to activate the right muscles going through a movement, go at it barefoot. The second problem is most shoes are higher in the back and littler in the front, right? There's more padding back here, which has a tendency to put you forward, right? And where are you most forward? When you're down here. And where are you at most risk of injury? That's right, down here where those shoes will put you most forward. So one of the best things you can do is take those shoes off, get your feet nice and flat, let those nerves radiate all the sensory input, and then you just lift through the middle of your foot. One more thing. Every inch that you're farther away from that bar puts you in more and more danger. It's just leverages and angles and stuff. If you take that 1.5 to 2 inches out of your heel, it puts you closer to that bar and it puts you in closer contact with the bar, and then you're at less of a chance of getting injured. The third thing, remember how we were saying take your shoes off, get you closer to the bar? Another thing you can do is get that bar closer to you, especially at the starting point. Any way that you can think to do it, elevate your bar, bring it a little higher, especially if you got a really tricky back, right? Higher up is better for you. And then the whole point is just groove that movement. As you get better and better at that, you can lower the bar closer and closer to the ground, and your strength will build and you'll be less and less at risk of injury. The fourth thing is to get your form right, okay? One of the best things you can do for your form, especially to save your back, is to engage those lats, okay? Engage your lats. If you can pull that massive lat muscle together, you can brace your spine a little bit better. When it's nice and tight, it's like putting a big weight belt all the way over your entire lumbar spine. And one of the ways you know that your lats are engaged is if your triceps are flexed. I know that sounds weird, but watch. If I lean over right here and I pull backwards on that bar, you'll see that tricep flex, and keep it flexed throughout the movement all of the time. And then we know that lat is engaged, and that'll save your back. I have a whole other video about lat engagement and how to really pull the lats in. If you'll click that video right here, you'll be able to watch that. We'll also link it down in the comments. Lastly, it's a really good idea to keep your core nice and tight and strengthened. So I suggest, if you have a bad back and if your doctor says it's okay, or your therapist, just do 20 nice crunches straight on, 20 hip raises, 20 back extensions, and finish that off. Make sure you hit the other side. If you roll around that whole, let's say 3 sets of 20, a couple times a week, maybe even 3 times a week, it'll strengthen your core, and that'll help it so that when you do get over to the deadlift bar, you'll be nice and healthy. Not deadlifting is not an option. It's a terrific move for you in every way. There isn't something that you do more often in nature. There isn't something that'll strengthen you globally, and there is no thing that will help your hormones quite like deadlifting. So it's necessary that we do it. I hope those tips will help you stay injury-free while you're trying it.